Hello, how are you? I'm fine, thank you. Sit down, please. I'd like to speak English today too, to improve my speaking skill. Let's get it started. Today, it is September 20th, 2022. It's cloudy outside. It's on Tuesday today. The typhoon passed. Everyone will have a crucial moment in the course of their lives. Everyone will have some crucial moments in the process of their lives, in the course of their lives, in the course of their lives. The boxer was knocked down after the second round of the match. I lost my stamina in the third round of the match. The second round of the meeting is going to be held in Switzerland. The second round of the meeting is going to be held in Geneva, in Switzerland. The third round of the meeting will be expected to be held in somewhere. It's still kept secret. I'm going to participate in the third round of the meeting on environmental problems. I'm going to participate in the third round of the meeting on global warming. Words have the power to annihilate our hearts, our pure hearts. Our pure heart. Words have the power to annihilate our pure hearts. The typhoon yesterday annihilated many objects. Words have the power to annihilate our pure hearts. I was annihilated by the disease. The weather variation might be annihilating the earth. The natural disasters, environmental problems might be annihilating the earth. We have to stop it. Many temptations will annihilate our concentration. Temptations usually annihilate my concentration, so I try to remove them from my studying environment. some rare species were annihilated. Dinosaurs were annihilated in the past. There are some things annihilating something. Don't let your parents annihilate your dreams. Don't let your parents or others to annihilate your dreams. Go your own way. Go your own way. Never stop dreaming. Never stop pursuing your dreams. Never give up. Persist. Stick to your policy. Stick with your policy until you achieve your goals, targets. Okay? The escalated global warming might annihilate the Earth. The escalated consumption of the fossil fuels might annihilate the Earth, might annihilate the environment of the Earth. Words have the power to annihilate our pure hearts. Words have the power to annihilate our hearts. Hearts. Pure hearts. Words have the power to annihilate our pure hearts. Let's stop the Earth from being annihilated. 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 The disease annihilated my dreams. The diseases annihilated my dreams. Some disrespectful words annihilated my heart. Some disrespectful, rude words annihilated my heart. Annihilated my heart. Disrespectful words 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 annihilated my heart. The criticisms annihilated my heart. My heart. The criticism annihilated my heart, annihilated my heart. The criticism annihilated my heart. The mass capture of the animals or fish might be affecting the global ecosystem. Global ecosystem will be affected by human activity. Cutting down a lot of trees will affect the global ecosystem. I used to be indifferent to baseball games, but now, if anything, I frequently watch high school baseball games. I used to be indifferent to baseball games, but now, if anything, I'm interested in watching high school baseball games. If anything, 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 if anything. If anything, if anything. If anything. I have to make a speech on behalf of my boss at the meeting on the coming day, on the coming Friday, on the upcoming Friday, 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 upcoming Friday. Upcoming Friday, upcoming Friday, upcoming. We are planning to go to Kyoto on the upcoming weekend. In the upcoming weekend, we are planning to go to Kyoto, and we are especially looking forward to seeing the Kinkakuji Temple, the Golden Pavilion, in the upcoming weekend. Many people thought to buy masks just after the pandemic. Masks were sold out everywhere. Toilet paper were also sold out soon after the pandemic. Many people rushed to buy masks and toilet papers soon after the pandemic. So masks were sold out at every shop, which affected me. The way to achieve breakthrough is a combination of sustaining power and the curiosity. It is often said so. The way to achieve breakthrough is a combination of sustaining power and curiosity. Do you want to achieve something breakthrough? Do you want to achieve breakthrough? I believe that only unique people with crazy ideas can achieve breakthroughs. I believe that unique people with unique or crazy ideas can achieve breakthroughs. So, in my opinion, if you want to achieve something breakthrough, it is very important to have unique, crazy ideas and challenge something crazy things. I'm certain that you will succeed in the business. I'm sure that you succeed in the business. I'm sure that you succeed. I'm sure that you succeed in the business. I'm certain that you will pass the examination because I've seen your daily effort for 3 years from the first grade of the school. You were never absent from school. You kept concentrating on the lecture. You never lost credit of any classes, of any subjects. So I'm certain that you will pass examination. I'm sure that you will pass examination. You can do it. You can do it. I have no doubt that more Japanese people will be able to speak English in the future because the education is English education is becoming more important in Japan now. I have no doubt that more Japanese people will be able to speak English in the future because English education is more prevalent around Japan. There are many English schools, conversation schools, or cram schools out there. And now we can, thanks to the spread of the internet, we can practice speaking English through the internet. There are many available and convenient tools we can use. I have no doubt that you will succeed in the business. I have no doubt that you will succeed in the business. I have no doubt that you will succeed in the business. I have no doubt that you will succeed in the business. I have no doubt that you will succeed in the business. I have no doubt that you will succeed in the business. I have no doubt that you will succeed in the business. Everyone had no doubt that the champion would win the match, but he lost. Everybody had no doubt that the champion would win the match. Everybody had no doubt that the champion would win the match, but he lost. Everybody had no doubt that the champion would win the match. Everybody had no doubt that the champion would win the match. Why can you have no doubt that I will succeed in the examination? Why can you have no doubt that you will succeed in the examination? Where is the confidence coming from? Where is the confidence coming from? The confidence is coming from my daily effort. I've done mad things. I've done a good deal of thing, a good deal of thing, a great deal of thing, more than any other person. That's why I'm confident. I have no doubt that I will succeed in the examination. I see. I used to have no doubt that I would pass the entrance examination of the university. So I was so shocked when I realized that I had failed. The politician has no doubt that he will win the election. The politician has no doubt that he will win the election. The politician has no doubt that he will win the election. The politician has no doubt that he will win the election. The teenager has no doubt that he will be a singer. The teenager has no doubt that he will be a doctor. The teenager has no doubt that he will be a singer. The teenager has no doubt that he will be a singer. The teenager has no doubt that he will be a singer. I'm sorry, but I have the plan to meet my client at the cafe. We are meeting at the arrival gate of the airport. I will be meeting my guest at the arrival gate of the airport. I will be meeting with a guest at the arrival gate of the airport. So I have to bring the flag and the board with the tour name. The CEO of the company was met by many employees on the last day of his duty. The executives from the company, in partnership with the company, were welcomed, met with a long applause at the entrance of the company. The executives from another company, in partnership with the company, were met with heartfelt applause and smiles at the entrance of the company. The Prime Minister was met with art shower at the airport. Creating a rainbow. The employee was met by very long applause on the last day of his duty. The employee was met by very long applause on the last day of his duty. The new employees were met by applause from other employees, senior employees at the hall. The new employees were met by applause at the meeting. The new employees were met by applause at the hall. The new employees were applauded. The new employees were met with applause. The new employees were applauded. The new employees were met with very long applause at the new employees orientation. The new employees were met with very long applause at the recreational party. The new employees were met with applause and heartfelt messages from the senior employees. The new employees were met with applause and heartfelt messages from the senior employees and the CEO, Director General, Executive Director. I'm going to meet my guest at the arrival gate of the airport. I will be meeting with my guest at the arrival gate of the airport. I will be meeting with my clients, guests at the arrival gate of the airport. I will be meeting with my guest at the arrival gate of the airport. I will be meeting with my guest at the arrival gate of the airport. The new employees were met with applause. The new employees were met with applause. The executive members from Company B were met with applause at the entrance of the Company A. The executives from Company B were met with more than 100 employees lined up in front of the entrance. The executive members from company B were met with a lot of employees lining up in front of the entrance, applauding. The executive members from company B were met with by more than 100 employees lining up in front of the entrance, applauding to show respect to the executives. According to the schedule, the festival will take place on Saturday. The festival took place on schedule, although typhoon was approaching. Is your grandfather vigorous? My grandmother is still vigorous. My grandmother is still vigorous. She still can ride a bicycle. 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 Bike. She still can ride a bike. She is still vigorous. 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 I want to be as vigorous as you in the morning. How can I be as vigorous as you in the morning? I'm very weak in the morning. I always rely on coffee to get up. I always turn to coffee to get up. I always count on coffee to get up. Are you the same? I always resort to coffee to get up. I always resort to coffee to be vigorous, to become vigorous, to become vigorous, to become concentrated, to get concentrated, to get focused. Vigorous, 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 vigorous. vigorous. How can I be as vigorous as you in the morning? How can I be as vigorous as you in the morning? I cannot be as vigorous as you in the morning. Why are you so vigorous in the morning? I want to be as vigorous as you in the morning, but I'm so weak. I'm so weak in the morning. I have low blood pressure. I have very low blood pressure, so it's very difficult to get up in the morning. Vigorous, vigorous. Vigorous, 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 vigorous. I'm more vigorous in the afternoon than morning. I'm more vigorous in the afternoon and evening than morning. I'm more vigorous in the afternoon 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 than morning. Vigorous, 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 vigorous. Do you want to achieve something? Would you like to achieve something? Then you need to devote much of your time to that. If you want to achieve something, you have to sacrifice something, because it is a trade-off relationship. You cannot achieve both of them at once. And if you try to get two of them, you will lose both, which is not good, right? So try to achieve one by one. At that time, no one backed me up. No one supported me. Some ideas tend to be criticized and not reputed well, but such idea can be reputed later, supported later. No one supports my crazy ideas. No one supports my crazy ideas. The newly found evidence will support the hypothesis. The newly discovered fossil fuels will back up, support the hypothesis and theory. The newly found potteries and porcelains under the sand, soil, will support and back up the theory and hypothesis. The newly discovered potteries under the soil will support the theory that the civilization developed from the land. The newly discovered graves, potteries, will support the hypothesis that the civilization was created in the land. I appreciate my parents for supporting my days during my university students. I really appreciate my parents for supporting me during my university days. Without your support, I would have failed. Without your support, I would have failed. Without your support, I couldn't have done that. I couldn't have done that. Without your support, I couldn't have done that. But for your support, I couldn't have done that. But for your support, I couldn't have done that. If it were not for your support, I would not be a diplomat now. If it were not for your support, I would not be here now. If it were not for your support, I would be still in the train on my way to the hotel. If it had not been for your support, I couldn't have reached the destination on time. Had it not been for your support, I could not arrived, got to the destination on time. Were it not for water, we could not live. Were it not for your support, were it not for your support, I would be still in the train on the way to the destination. The festival is well known and to be held regardless of weather. The festival is held definitely regardless of weather. Regardless of weather. In spite of weather. Despite weather. The festival is held regardless of weather. In spite of weather. Despite weather. And some employees are forced to work regardless of their tiredness. There are many bands out there. There are many bands everywhere out there. There are many kinds of bands everywhere. The ban on foreign tourists has been lifted, which will be a good news for tourism industry. The ban on foreign tourists from entering has been lifted, which is a good news on tourism industry. The ban on foreign tourists from entering has been lifted, which will be a good news on tourism industry. The doctor put a ban on drinking alcoholic beverages to the patient. The doctor put a ban on drinking alcoholic beverages to the patient. The doctor put a ban on drinking to the patient. The doctor put a ban on drinking. The doctor put a ban on drinking. The doctor put a ban on drinking for the patient. To the patient. The doctor put a ban on drinking to the patient. The doctor put a ban on drinking to the patient. The doctor put a ban on drinking to the patient. The doctor put a ban on drinking to the patient. The doctor put a ban on the patient. The doctor put a ban on the patient. The doctor put a ban on drinking. The doctor put a ban on drinking. The doctor put a ban on drinking to the patient. My parents put a ban on entering the shopping mall. My parents put a ban on coming home after 5 o'clock p.m. Some parents put a ban on children going home after 5 o'clock p.m. Some parents put a ban on playing outside beyond 5 o'clock p.m. Some parents put a ban on playing outside after 5 o'clock p.m. You are put a ban on smoking here. If you cannot obey the rule, I must ask you to leave this hotel. You are put a ban on smoking here. The hotel puts a ban on smoking in the bedding room, in the sleeping room. Bedrooms. The hotel puts a ban on smoking in the bedroom. The hotel puts a ban on smoking in the bedrooms. The hotel puts a ban on smoking in the bedrooms. The hotel puts a ban on smoking in bedrooms. The hotel puts a ban on smoking in the bedrooms. The hotel puts a ban on smoking. The hotel puts a ban on smoking in the bedrooms. The hotel puts a ban on smoking in the bedrooms. The hotel puts a ban on smoking in the bedrooms. The hotel puts a ban on smoking in the bedrooms. The hotel puts a ban on drinking. The hotel puts a ban on smoking in the bedrooms. The doctor put a ban on drinking to the patient. The doctor put a ban on smoking to the patient. The doctor put a ban on smoking to the patient. My parents put a ban on playing video games during the examination. My parents put a ban on playing video games during the examination. The school put a ban on using a smartphone during the class. The school put a ban on using a smartphone during the class. The school put a ban on using a smartphone during the class. The school puts a ban on using a smartphone during the class. The school puts a ban on using a smartphone during the class. The company puts a ban on using a smartphone during the work. The school puts a ban on dyeing their hairs. The school puts a ban on dyeing hair. 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 The doctor put a ban on drinking and smoking for the patient to the patient. The doctor put a ban on drinking and smoking to the patient. The doctor put a ban on drinking and smoking to the patient. The doctor put a ban on drinking and smoking to the patient. The doctor put a ban on drinking and smoking to the patient. The guests are banned from eating in the bedrooms in this hotel. The guests of the hotel are banned from eating in the bedrooms. Please eat your food at the lounge. Thank you for your cooperation. The passengers are not allowed to bring in flammable items into the cabin. The passengers are not allowed to bring flammable items into the cabin. The passengers are banned from bringing flammable items into the cabin. The examinees are banned from using a calculator during the examination. The examinees are banned from using a smartphone during the examination. The doctor banned me from drinking alcohol. The doctor banned me from eating sweets for a while. The doctor banned me from eating sweets, although I love sweets. The doctor banned me from eating sweets. The doctor banned me from eating sweets. The doctor banned me from eating sweets. The students are banned from talking during the class. The students are banned from talking during the class. The guests of the hotel are banned from eating in the bedrooms. The hotel guests are banned from eating in the bedrooms. The facility bans smoking inside. 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 The law bans driving the car without a license. The law bans operating a tourism company without a qualification. The peace treaty was signed in 1951 or 1952. I cannot remember where, but either. There are many treaties signed between countries. There are many treaties signed among countries. A peace treaty. Many peace treaties were signed after World War II. I struck my arm against the wall because I was walking with my eyes closed. I struck my arm against the wall because I was walking with my eyes closed. It's a very bad example, right? So please do not imitate me. When I got up, I was walking with my eyes closed. So that's why I struck my arm against the wall. Actually, handrail. Handrail. I hope there is zero nuclear arms. I hope there is zero nuclear arms. I hope all of the nuclear arms will disappear from this universe. Have you ever been to Universal Studios Japan? Universal Studios Japan. What is the difference between weapons and arms? Arms. There are many kinds of arms. Pistol is regarded as the arms. Pistol is one of the arms. Pistol is one of the arms. Weapons. Many things can be arms. Many things can be arms. Even a train car can be arms by throwing it. Many things can be arms depending on how you use it. Many things can be arms depending on how you use it. Nuclear arms, chemical arms, なんとか arms, nuclear arms, nuclear arms, nuclear arms, nuclear arms, chemical arms. I hope there is zero arms, weapons, zero nuclear arms. I usually prepare myself enough for the examination. I am usually armed with a lot of study before the examinations. I'm usually armed with a lot of study before the examination. But some people are not like that. But I envy those who pass the examination without any effort. Without the arm with effort. The criminal was armed with a pistol. The criminal was armed with a pistol. I saw some police officers armed with the board, armed with a shield and armor. I saw some police officers armed with armors and shield and pole, iron pole, iron pole, iron pole. I saw some police officers armed with shield, armors, and iron pole. I usually arm myself with a lot of effort and study before the examination. I usually arm myself with a lot of study before the examination. I usually arm myself with a lot of study before the examination. You too? I usually arm myself with a lot of study before the examination. I usually arm myself with a lot of study before the examination. Arm yourself a lot of experience before you challenge it. Please arm yourself with a lot of experience. I'd like to arm myself with a lot of experience and study. I'd like to arm myself with a lot of experience. The criminal was armed with a pistol. 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 The police officers are armed with a shield and armor. In case they would be attacked by the criminals. The police officers were armed with a shield and armor. The police officers were armed with a shield and armor. I'm usually prepared with a lot of studying. I'm usually armed with a lot of study before the examination. I am usually armed with a lot of study before the examination. I am usually armed with a lot of study before the examination. I am usually armed with a lot of study before the examination. According to the information, the criminal is armed with nothing. The criminal is unarmed. The criminal is unarmed. When you are unarmed with studying, it will be very risky. If you are unarmed with studying before the examination, it will be very risky. Hmm. I am usually armed with a lot of study before the examination. Are you also this kind of person who is armed with a lot of study before the examination? According to the information, the prisoner at large escaped from the prison is unarmed. The staff armed. The warriors armed in preparation for the battle. The warriors armed in preparation for the battle. The warriors armed in preparation for the battle. The warriors armed. The warriors armed in preparation for the battle. The warriors armed in the preparation for the battle. The warrior armed in the preparation for the battle. The warriors armed in the preparation for the battle. The warriors are arming in the preparation for the battle. The warriors armed in the preparation for the battle. What is the difference between armed forces and military forces? Armed forces, military forces, 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 armed forces, military forces. I saw some armed police officers. I saw some armed police officers around the criminal. I saw some armed police officers around the criminal, surrounding the criminal. I saw some armed forces parading through the road. I watched I watched armed forces parading through the street. The examinees are prohibited from using a smartphone or a wearable watch during the examination. The airline prohibits the passengers from bringing flammable items into the cabin. The airline prohibits the passengers from bringing flammable items into the cabin. The hotel prohibits its guests from eating in the bedrooms. The hotel, the accommodation prohibits its guests from smoking in the bedrooms. The hotel prohibits its guests from smoking in bedrooms. The hotel prohibits its guests from smoking in bedrooms. The hotel prohibits its guests from smoking in the bedrooms. The hotel prohibits its guests from smoking in the bedrooms. The guests of the accommodation are prohibited from smoking in the bedrooms. The guests of the hotel are prohibited from eating and smoking in the bedrooms. There are some prohibited goods which cannot be brought in the cabin, so please check the items, check the prohibited goods beforehand, before you are boarding. Please check the prohibited goods which cannot be brought in the cabin. Please check the prohibited goods which cannot be brought in the cabin, brought into the cabin. Prohibition, prohibition, prohibition. I used to resist the prohibition from exercising by the doctor. I used to resist the prohibition from exercising by the doctor when I got the disease. Of course, it needs to cure my disease. I used to resist the prohibition from exercising by the doctor. Prohibition, prohibition. If you have any questions regarding the prohibition, please tell us before the deadline. If you have any questions regarding as for, as to, with regard to the prohibition, please let us know. Prohibition, 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 prohibition. Is this lighter regarded as a weapon? There are many things regarded as weapons. There are many things regarded as weapon. Is this regarded as a weapon? Is this pistol-shaped lighter regarded as weapon? Yes. Is my muscle regarded as weapon? Is my muscle regarded as weapon? Is my muscle regarded as weapon? Biological weapon should be disposed of. I hope there is zero biological weapon. If you pass the first stage of the examination, you can go on to the second stage of speaking test. The speaking test will be held at the headquarters of the company. If you pass the examination, you can go on to the second stage of job interview at the headquarters located in Tokyo. If you pass the first stage of the paper examinations, you can go on to the second stage of job interview at the headquarters, head office, headquarters, head office, headquarters, head office, head office, headquarters, head office, headquarters, head office. Let's hold a debate on the issue. 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 We still have the room to hold a debate on the issue. Let's hold a debate on the issue. Let's hold a debate on the issue. Let's hold the event 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 on the issue. Let's hold the event. Let's hold the debate on the issue. Let's hold the debate on the issue. Let's hold the debate on the issue. We are going to hold the debate on the issue. We will hold the debate on the issue. We will hold the debate on the issue. Let's hold a debate on the problems. Let's hold a debate on the itinerary. Let's hold a debate on the itinerary. The politicians are holding a debate on the border measures. The politicians are holding a debate on the border measures. The politicians are holding a debate on the border measures. The politicians are holding a debate on the border measures. The politicians are holding a debate on the border measures. The politicians are holding a debate on the national budget, yearly budget, increasing the budget. The board of directors is holding a debate on the new product, expanding its business to the foreign country. The board of directors is holding a debate on expanding its business to the foreign country. The board of directors is holding a debate on expanding its business to a foreign country because the sales figures is flourishing. The company is flourishing now. So some of the executives think it's time they expanded its business to a foreign country. The board of directors is holding a debate on expanding its business to a foreign country. The board of directors is holding a debate on expanding its business to a foreign country. The sales figures of the company is expanding and the business is flourishing. So some of the executives think it's time the company expanded to a foreign country. The board of directors is holding a debate on expanding its business to a foreign country. The company is holding a debate on expanding its business to a foreign country. The company is holding a debate on closing its business in the region. Let's hold a debate on the delicate issue. Let's avoid holding a debate on the delicate issue. We need to hold a debate on the issue. We need to hold a debate on the issue. We needed to hold a debate on the issue. You should have held a debate on the issue. You should have held a debate. You should have held a debate on the issue. You should have held a debate on where to stay, when to go. The teachers are holding a debate on the making up for the cancellation due to typhoon. The teachers are holding a debate on making up for the cancellation of the classes due to typhoon. I'd like to debate the issue with my mentor. I had a chance to debate the issue with the celebrity. I had a chance to debate expanding its business to a foreign country with the CEO, Chief Executive Officer of the company. The labor union debated raising the monthly pay with the employer. The labor union debated raising the monthly pay for the employees with the employer. The labor union debated raising salary, raising monthly pay, raising monthly pay with the employer. Let's debate the issue tomorrow. It's late today already. Let's hit the sack. Let's call it up. Call it a day. Let's call the day a day. Let's call the task a day. Let's call it a day. Let's call it a day. Let's debate the issue tomorrow. I don't like to debate that today. I don't like to debate that today. I don't like to debate that today. Let's debate the delicate issue tomorrow. Let's debate the delicate issues privately. We still have the time to debate the itinerary. We should have the room and the time to debate the issue. Let's debate. I don't like to debate. I'm not good at debating with others. I'm very bad at debating in front of people. I'm very bad at debating. I'm very bad at debating. I'm very bad at debating. I am very bad at debating. Everyone was listening to the debater carefully. Every audience was listening to the debater carefully. Every audience was listening to the debater carefully. Every audiences was listening to the debater carefully. Debater, 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 debater. Every audience was listening to the debater carefully. debater, 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 debater. Every audience was listening to the debater carefully. Every audience was listening to the debater so carefully because it was worth it. Because the information coming from the debater was as worth as treasure trove. Debater. Many problems are still debatable. Many issues are still debatable. Debatable issues. Debatable issues. Debatable. 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 Debatable issues. Debatable issues. Debatable. 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 The issues are still debatable. The itinerary is still debatable. The plan is still debatable. Debatable plan. Debatable plan. Debatable issues. Debatable issues. Debatable plan. Debatable plan. Debatable plan. Debatable issues. Debatable issues. Debatable issues. Debatable issues. Debatable issues. Debatable. Debatable issues. Debatable issues. Debatable. 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 Debatable issues. Debatable itinerary. Debatable problems. Debatable things. Debatable project. Debatable project. Debatable plans. Debatable issues. Debatable itinerary. Debatable program. Debatable projects. Debatable project. Debatable. Participation in the event is free, so everyone is welcome. Everyone is welcome. Participation in the party is free, so everyone is welcome. If you are afraid of the participation in the event, you don't have to. Don't hesitate to come in. I have participated in the festival back when I was a university student. I have participated in the party. I have participated in the festival. I have participated in the festival. I have participated in the festival. You can enjoy looking at the participants dressed in traditional clothes. You can see the festival participants dressed in traditional clothes. Okay, I will finish speaking here. Thank you for watching. See you next time. See you.